which I'm starting. Okay, so one, there are some masks up here. Alexis, can you have a seat, please? There are masks up here that you guys can take a look at. Some of these are, this is the oldest one that I have. I want to say this is probably 2004, maybe. There's one that is not. I want everybody to come up and feel this one. Okay. After I'm done, this one is massive. It is too heavy for words. You are not going to make one that is this heavy. All right. If you do, I'm not even going to fire it. So there's your warning. It doesn't have to be a human face. You have to have some sort of sketches. Okay. Because if you come up or I go over there and you're like, oh, Miss Berry, this is what I want to do, but you don't have anything to show me, I'm not going to know what the heck you're talking about. Okay. So you need something to show me so I can get some type of idea about what you're talking about. Okay. Just so that we have better communication and everything. It's going to make life a lot better. That would not have been good. Okay. So one, we need to roll out your slab. You will need to use those 1/4 inch slab rollers so that you know how thick your clay is. And remember, you always need to rotate your clay so that your clay is the same thickness. Now, I don't use it because I know how thick the clay is. Now, we do have the clay mask, and those are over there in the white bucket at the top. Okay. Now, I've already had people ask me, well, can I change it? Well, of course you can change it. You don't have to use this exactly. I've already had people start taping newspaper onto it to change the form, which is fine. So you need to make sure you get a board, and then you're going to put that on there. Okay. Now, one thing you need to do with this is, one, don't pick up one of these that's dirty, and don't put it back dirty. Just like this. If you see, this is a mess. I've already cleaned these things once. Okay. This is perfect. Okay. But someone keeps on dirtying these up and then puts them back dirty. So stop it. All right, so you want to compress your clay, flip it over, compress it again. And also, you guys need to go through your art lockers to make sure you don't have any old clay in there. Then you're going to take your clay and lay it right on top. And yes, your clay will start to stretch and crack. And that's okay. Don't freak out about it. If you need to, rub it. Okay. Now, you can leave an edge to it if you're going to decorate it. Okay. This one, the demo that I did, period 3, I did not. I cut it off. So if you cut it off and you're like, oh, shoot, that's not really what I want to do, you can add it back. Okay. We're going to be using lots of texture. Now, one thing, there is an area up here, it's clay overlapping. We don't want that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut a little triangle out. And then because this clay is pretty wet, I'm just going to fold it over and blend it together. Now this could be maybe a mask that I'm going to make into like a sun. Maybe it's something I want to hang outside. So I still want to keep making sure that it fits. Okay. Then I'm going to take my needle tool. Yeah, I'm going to ask you to be quiet. And then you also might want to get a little sponge so that you can smooth out your edges as you go. Now I have lots of textural things up here. I have pieces, things like this, that you can take your clay and you can take a rolling pin and push into it, and you can get different types of textures. Okay, I have these like old doily type things that you can, make sure I don't spill anything, take it and slowly and gently, you don't want to go wild with this and start deforming your clay, and then gently pick it up. So if you can see that, I just added that into it. I have shells. I mean, I have a lot of stuff. So like this is weird. I have fondant molds. I know that's weird, but I have fondant molds. Now, if you have too wet of clay, don't put it in here because it will not come out. And then you're going to be digging it out. You are going to be digging it out, not me. Okay, so all you have to do is roll it and then push it in. Now, I like to use this one for teeth because it's kind of creepy. Stuff like that. Or you could fill the hole like this out here. Oh, with the beads? Oh, like the pearls and stuff? I mean, I have all sorts of things. This one has like sun, moon. I've got stamps. I have, here, let's show you these things. I mean, it's just stuff that you have to like give it a shot, these are like little plaster. You can't even see that. Anyway, when I pushed it into the clay, that's what it looked like. So you could cut this out and use this for like maybe eyes. I don't know. It's whatever you want. Okay. So like I have a button here. I could press buttons into it. I have where I could cut out holes. So maybe I decide, you know what, I'm going to cut a hole out in my person. And I have decided that I'm going to make a scary thing. So I poked a hole out, and I'm going to poke holes so that I can make it look like it's got stitches. Okay. Or not, whatever. Okay, you could do that. I mean, there's lots of stuff you could do. You could take coils, because all you're doing is going back and adding either coils or slabs onto your piece. So let's say I'm going to come in here. I have to do some scoring. Add some slip. Make sure you add a lot so it will act as a glue. And then you can get a paintbrush. Wipe that away. And then blend it on one side. So that way you have like a brow. I would not do eyelashes because those are going to they will dry out too quickly. Now you could bring in false eyelashes and put them on at the end. After it's fired and we've glazed it, you could do that. You know, the only thing that is going to stop you is your imagination. I already have some people saying they're going to divide the face in half, and the face is going to be human on one side and something else on the other. You know, you could take things away. You could add noses. If you want to go back to something that's more human, if you look at noses, they're more like a teardrop. So they're more narrow up here, and as they go out, they get wider. Depending on if you're doing male, female. Oh, that clay's getting hard. What?
She said that.
No, I did not say that.
Just make sure that you blend. And then also take the time to look at it sideways so that you can see how the nose is forming. Okay. But yeah, you definitely need to blend it. Make sure that it's not like, I mean, unless you want it to look like that. Okay, and then a mouth, depending on what you're doing. Oops. Be good. Okay. So let's say, let's give it a. Yes, it is recording.
Yeah.
So I could, because we have people that are gone because today is senior skip day.
Yay.
That was
Can I hear?
They can hear us?
They will when they watch.
Oh, are you voicing it over?
No.
So they can hear everything right now.
Yes, you're a great person.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can make a mouth with the teeth, and I mean, or you could cut it. I mean, it's kind of really up to you about what you want to do with it. You could do a pig nose. And then make like big nostrils. But you need to have some type of ideas, some type of sketches so that if I need to help you, I know what you're looking for.
Where are the sketches due?
The sooner the better. Yeah. Huh? 3 different sketches. 3 different ones. But yeah, but the concentration is texture. And you can also, as I showed you before, take different ideas and, oh, look. There's your eyelashes right there. Okay, questions? Okay, here's the example that I did this morning. Just kind of playing around with it. But I do want you to come up and take a look at these ones that were created before, especially the one that's not glazed. And I want you to pick it up and know that one that you are not to make it that big. Okay? Okie dokie, that would be it. What?